Hello and welcome to Warblog. This is the Battle of Yampill 2015. It's not the first time I've done this. You can actually see that I did a video before. I don't know when, but I feel like doing it again. It's sort of the stage I've been trying to get to where I can start going back and revisiting games and just sort of thinking, what can I do to make this better? I haven't really done much, to be quite honest, but essentially I added all these little rivers. I opened it up. I thought I'll add the objective thing because I couldn't see it, but it is actually already there. I thought, I've already done that. I've already gone back to do that. And I was looking at the map. I was thinking there's got to be more than agriculture and fields, but there really isn't. It is all fields. There's a few little things that hedgerows, but there is sort of like a woodland here, and woodland here, and that really is about it. So I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm just going to play it. It's sort of interesting in the sense that I can remember joking about whether paratroopers are supposed to walk. They should fall out of the sky. Other things that sort of, well, what I was not getting to is once you played it once, you come back to it. You're on a different learning curve. Although I can't remember any of the strategy, and I think it's a historic game where it's pretty clear that the this side is going to lose. The DPM, whatever they're called, militias, don't pass people's militia. It's not a strategic game in that sense. But I was sort of thinking, well, this would, I mean, it is actually sort of there, just south of Busha. Is it significant? I mean, you could put your artillery in there and it would be slightly more defended, but against what? It doesn't really matter. There's no air power for the Donbass People's Militia, and Anyway, I'm just trying, but it does sort of make this. Now, I mean, I did come down the road last time. I'm pretty sure of it, and I'm probably going to do it again. But it does actually make this more of a corridor. Obviously, I can cross the streams, but it just limits movement a bit. And there's no defensive bonus for the streams at the moment, but that will be in play. So it's really just a case of how different is this now, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to play it. What we've got in there, they're all paras. So let's set the pace. Now things have changed actually, in the sense that the movement rates have changed a lot. So, I mean, that's half my movement. Half. Yeah, it should be a little harder to move than that. That's that, take me all the way across the board. Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder how far these guys can move. Ah, right, it's one of those games a long time ago where he's already on movement 0. God, that's taking me back. At this stage, there was sort of like sometimes they were and sometimes they weren't. His movement is already 0. Let's look at all of them. Movement 1, he's got 1 movement point. He's got 0. He's got 1. So this one should at least be able to move some sort of distance. That's his movement up. And of course these people they're pretty much the only amphibious units, but they are actually amphibious, and this river is uncrossable anywhere. And it's sort of interesting, what do we do with them? Because we could sort of try and cut this unit off. I don't think we stand a chance of cutting it off, but so I've sort of got a choice of either coming up this way or actually coming around this way and approaching from here, but I can sort of do the same, if it decides to. So I'm going to go this way. Now the question is really, Do I want to hit that unit now? Well, I think, and just to note, I'm not playing more than 15 minutes. This is just a tea break. This is what these games should be, just little tea break games. So I always envisage them. Question is, that's 16 and that's 10, so let's put in some air power here. I'm feeling lucky. See, that airplane shouldn't actually even be there. There's a few bugs still in the game, but they're not. So that's an exchange. Question is, do I want to put the next air power in against that? I think I will. I am feeling lucky. Oh, do you see that? Anti-aircraft, and I still haven't fixed that. Every time I see it, I say I'll fix that, and I haven't. That should be the little aircraft thing. He was at 3/4 strength when he did that, but he still got a 1-to-1 odds with an exchange. So now these are DPM, don't pass people militia units. I can't move those. Okay, so at least I've got 2 depressions on that. Now he is armor, so he's going to be at 1.7, so he is actually probably worth about 17. Okay, so we're just going to storm in there with this armor. 2-to-1, which is pretty good. But he only had a combat ratio of 13, which is odd. He was basically he was at 0.9 because he's only. Oh, is he? No. He should be 10. He's got 1 depression. Oh no, that's because he just got an exchange. That doesn't seem right. I mean, that wasn't a bad attack. A 2-to-1 and a 5. That's disappointing. Somehow he didn't get what I thought he should as armor. I don't know. To some extent, the sort of the vagaries of the rules appeal to me. You know, even if they're errors, because it seems that that reflects sort of a greater variance. That even if the fact that you can't understand them because they're a bit odd. Anyway, well, let's see what we can do here. So it's the sort of game you can play again and again and again, pretty much using exactly the same things. I mean, look at that, 2-to-1. That wasn't good. Exchanges. So don't pass people militias are really holding up. These 2 failed attacks. You can just sort of imagine it in the Times newspaper. Ukrainian government assaults Yampil to oust Donbass People's Militia units, but are repulsed, or something like that. It probably won't be as crap as that. One of the things I like about all these sort of games is it's trying to interpret the news headlines for what's happening. I mean, I'm always trying to exercise the wargamer in me, in the sense that, well, that was rubbish. I didn't win. There was a result there. It was a brave, stoic defence by these people, and to sort of reflect on that, and also reflect on the social political implications. I think there were some massacres in here, or some sort of, I don't know, something about a school building and people being. Yeah, I think there was a massacre associated with this. But that's that. I'm not going to get too far in this, but I don't care. It's just a little break for me. But I do like to video them just for the hell of it, really. what's happening. Oh, it's the insurgents' turn. Let's call them insurgents. The thing with the insurgents is that they don't do anything. Maybe I should have put him there, get that zone of control. He's got 3 movement left. It's interesting because if he moved there, he would have 0 movement because he'd have to cross the stream. And when I say a stream, it's not a stream. I call them streams, but you know, this could be like 20 meters wide. You know, it's just the difference between something that has ample crossing points at certain places, even if they're just little footbridges that they're going over. You know, actually bridges, not so much footbridges, but you know, minor bridges. As opposed to these, which are so wide that you know there's just nothing other than the formal road, main road bridges. So these are still major features. I mean, there could be rivers going up here, but they're so insignificant that you could probably walk across them. You know, so it's only about the fact that it's significant. See, I don't have much time really, so the thing is, these are not fortified. This is just entrenchments. So next turn. Oh. See what we can do against this unit. Depression 2. No result. An exchange. Okay. No result. That was rubbish. At least we didn't get any damage from the anti-aircraft. Another exchange. I think I'm going to in there and there. Probably can't move in there because it's basically I haven't specified the movement allowance for that. Okay, this is going to be another 2-to-1, I'm guessing. And I haven't won any of these 2-to-1s yet, so I think it's about time, statistically. Yes, a 1-to-1, that was even worse. I wonder why it was even worse. Probably because I was a bit, because I did receive a depression. That was a good roll, so I got a DR. We've only got 30 seconds left. So he's got enough movement to at least move in there. So he's no longer in the game really, because he can't wander around aimlessly on this side of the river. I'm going to leave it at that. There's only 15 seconds left. Tempted to have another blast at it in next time I have a break, but I'm not going to do one. I'll speak to you later. Cheers, bye.